Just over 8,100 miles, a 36 or 37 foot Gulfstream Independence full body painted Class A gasser landing here at Haylett RV Brokers of Coldwater, Michigan. And I gotta say, overall, I am very happy with what I see here. If what you're looking for is a nice rig to do some extended use side, it is washer dryer capable, has some beautiful cabinetry inside, and you're just looking to avoid that new RV price tag, which who could blame you? This would be an excellent opportunity for someone here. Well kept, just not used a whole terrible amount from what I can see, so you're just not inheriting someone else's nonsense. Just looks good. I've seen this layout previously on a, I think it was a Newmar that we had here at Haylett RV Brokers, and it looked good then, and I like this layout now. Every manufacturer obviously has their own little take and spin on things, but there's something about this layout that I really enjoy, and I think it's this big atrium window slide over here on the door side of the RV. So your destination is right outside those windows, and with those skylights above, you're just letting a flood of light in, although they do have privacy shades so you can block the sun from cooking you if you're sitting there at the dining area. Like a lot of things, you can see how we have the, you know, kind of a couples dining arrangement, but with a set of fold-out guest chairs if you do have someone join you. And a neat little thing right here. This chair, these things actually like lock into the slide floor, which is kind of cool, so you don't have to worry about them jiggle banging around when you're in transit. The result of this here is it just has this wide open expansive living room, because anywhere that you have seating, you have windows all the way around. Now this is a 7-foot ceiling, pretty common in motorized RVs. I still like to point that out though. And it is a soft touch ceiling also, so it's knocking down a ton of noise. Like, pay attention to that. Like when we were outside, if you rewind the video or skip ahead to when we're outside, it's noisy because we're not too far off the highway here. But when you're inside the RV, you don't hear a whole lot. Probably the only thing you're hearing other than my nasally annoying voice is just the dash AC that's just taking a little bit of the edge off for me, because it's a muggy one today. It's hot inside these boxes, and I'm just trying to knock some of that humidity down while I'm running around this thing like a monkey. I like the co-pilot station here. That table kind of telescopes up to you, so it's not gouging your knees the whole time. If you're the one running the map app or something like that, it is very easy to have that like right up in your face. Or if you're having a bite to eat while you're driving down the road, you got a good spot there. Now, since the entertainment center is on the side, they didn't have to worry about burning any of this overhead cabinet space here for entertainment purposes, which just means this thing has a halo of storage over the cab area, which turns the cab into a functional space instead of kind of a lost space when you reach your destination. And by the way, this does have dual centralized air, so it cools down in here like a champ. Our 6-way power captain's chair over here is just surrounded by your control panels. But it's not as intimidating as it might look like. It's actually very simple and very modular. Like you can see, we've got our automatic leveling controls, our generator thing here. 63.5 hours at the time of this filming on that, by the way. And it looks like there's a ton of switches here, but if you really look, there's just like fog lights and emergency start, normal stuff, not intimidating, crazy stuff. Your dash display, it is well below the driver's line of sight, but still like super easy visible, so it's kind of like a heads-up display in that regard. What it gives you when you're driving is you just have this awesome view of you know, on the road again, kind of basically. Power side mirrors, and they also do have a handy little heater module on them, so if they are starting to get a little frosty, depending on when and where you are doing your adventuring, you know, you still be able to see when you're changing lanes. And not just guess, nobody wants to change lanes by sonar, because everybody loses when you do that. Now this is all hardwood cabinetry. It's actual stained cabinetry, not like lumbercore with a sticker wrap, which is a nice touch here. Very similar to the class, like in a modern, like parallel to the Jayco Preset Prestige that we would have here at Haylett RV. And you can see how that is a kitchen sofa super slide. It extends all the way above that sleeper sofa there, which would be good for guests. But this arrangement actually gives us a very functional but consolidated kitchen arrangement, and there's tons of counter space here. There's tons of cabinet space. You see, you've got that huge countertop extension right there, but we've also got that refrigerator over there with more pantry space. So I mean, this thing has a very impressive cargo capacity just right here in your kitchen living cabin. And your entertainment is just at such a no neck wrecker sweet spot right there. TV is just begging you to soak it in, but while you're watching the screen, you still have an idea of either what's going on at the park, at your destination, if somebody's walking to your door or something like that. It's just the way that this is laid out and the visibility and insight it gives you onto what's happening at your campsite is just awesome. And electric space heater takes the chill out of the air. And that little mini wall right there, I think that's a smart little thing they added, so it really blocks it off and makes it so you're not as inclined to accidentally step into the step well and you know, roll your ankle. But thankfully not gonna happen, since, you know, they kind of put the wall in the way, so you're not gonna do that. Walk through middle bath, pretty common in motorized RVs. It has a wide open feel to it. That is one thing I like. And this big seamless shower over here, with this RV being 7 foot tall, even a tall person like me has plenty of room. And that corner seat gives you a good little spot if you're you need to sit down to bathe, you know. Right behind us, if I do a 360, well, 180, 360, put me back where we started. Notice how there's a little step up here to the toilet area. That's for plumbing reasons, basically. But I like that extra dedicated linen cabinet right in here. So if you get out of the shower and you forgot to grab yourself a towel, you don't have to do the naked streak through the RV to get to it. Back here in our private bedroom, we have our queen bed slide. And, of course, cross breeze windows on both sides, but I love those side stands on both sides. Very, very handy for CPAP users. The slide side breeze windows in that rear window give us good airflow and good lighting, plus there's another vent above. And all the roof vents have max air vent covers, as you'll see when we go up on the roof. But this thing, it is just packed full of bedroom storage in here. What's tricky is there's so much of it that I don't know if you can really get a good sense of the fact that you've got 9 of these big full extension drawers there, because it just occupies the entire view of the camera. Extra dresser space above the middle drawers, but you also have like dual hanging closets. And what's kind of cool is this one is washer dryer combo ready, but a lot of times when an RV is washer dryer ready, you lose out on your closet space. Now, right now, it's just set up to have a just ridiculous amount of dresser space, but even if you did add a combo job there, you still have plenty of hanging storage for those extended trips. One of the other things I like about the layout of this, I've talked all about the living room, but it kind of puts like a visual, almost wall. There's an obvious divider there with your private rear patio space. If you like your own quiet time, you know, you just want to sit in your chair, you just want to maybe listen to the radio, have a drink in your hand of whatever variety tastes right to you, you've got a very personal private space right there. Someone has to go way out of their way to come bug you, and a lot of times it's just a situation of I don't know, the path of least resistance, and a lot of folks will just tend to leave you alone. I didn't mention it inside, but this does have both rear and side view cameras, and obviously you can see those slide awnings. They've done a great job of keeping this thing protected, and as does the other cool thing about the paint. It's not just like, it doesn't just look good, it's protective. It has far higher like UV resistance, and I mean, look at the reflectivity of it. Literally a mirror-like finish, and I haven't found anywhere that this is scuffed up. Usually I see a motorhome this size, somebody has tail whipped it and bumped it into something, and I don't see any of that here. And by the way, these tires, they are absolutely fantastic, and I didn't do this on purpose, but that framed up the Michelin, man, just something fierce right on top of that tire, and you can see how they all look good. Alcoa super heavy-duty rims. These are 22.5-inch wheels, so it's on that bigger chassis that you're going to want for a nice ride on something like this. And I thought I'd open up all the storage compartments and just let you see what's inside of them. And the other thing is, they're clean. You know, this was not just like, they didn't just throw wet stuff in there. They didn't let it get musty, moldy, or anything like that. They did a really nice job maintaining a very nice RV. The only thing I've noticed it's a little off on all these outside compartments is it looks like maybe one of those gas struts has been replaced or needs to be replaced. I noticed this door, the strut might be a little weak, but ladies and gentlemen, that's like the pickiest I can get. I've been all over this thing, inside, outside, upside down, and it just looks good. It just looks like they had a good time and they're just done RVing for a little bit here. Now this has a Ford Triton V10 power plant, which obviously implies the Ford chassis. and that means a 5,000 pound tow rating. So, you know, good for just having a little car behind you. It's not made to like have a giant tractor like a lot of people will do these little classic tractor shows, and that stuff's cool, but that's not what this coach is made for. It's not made with that sort of capacity in mind. The generator over here started up, ran like a top. I did not have any issues with that whatsoever. I just shut it down so that I'm not burning someone else's fuel up. And that's a 6,500 watt generator, and this is a 2-air unit, so you can truly use anything and everything you want on this RV when you are off-grid. And again, that awning being back here, giving us that rear private patio coverage space is cool. And this is an A&E Weather Pro awning, which means it has a remote control. You can just kind of keep on your keychain, and it also has a wind sensor. So if it is getting to be a crazy windy day, or if you left your campsite and everything was honky-dory and you went to town or you went on a biking trip or something like that, and then the wind picks up, because sometimes the weatherman gets it wrong, am I right? Point is, it will close itself right down so that when you come back, you just have a nice RV waiting for you and not an insurance claim. And finally up top here, the RV has a one-piece fiberglass roof, and I expected that to look good, especially with the care and condition I've seen everything else. But everything else looks good too. I can see where they've done a little bit of touch-ups on the sealants around things like the skylight, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. So once again, more signs of proper care, maintenance, upkeep. I've stomped around all over this roof. Oh, that's smart. I was wondering, actually, what good are the skylights in that slide going to be if you have a slide awning over it? Well, it has a little mesh cover on it, so that's organically shading those skylights. That is just smart. Really smart. Wow. Anyway, point is, everything up here looks good. I can't find something I'm just not happy with. Give us a call, guys. This one's pretty straightforward, just a very nice, kind of, I'd say a little bit on the large side motorhome. So if you're looking to do that long-term destination like snowbird, sunbird, seasonal kind of thing, this would make an awesome option for you here. But as you can see in the distance, we try to have a nice selection of a little bit of anything and everything. This is our consignment location down here at Haylett RV Brokers, with our full lot Haylett RV just down the street, about 1 mile in the western direction that we're facing right now. So whether it is hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between, give us a call. We do it all. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. Have a great day. A beautiful one it is today.